Become a pro at all modes of major transit in New York City. The city has one of the most complicated transit networks in the country, with 25 subway lines across 665 miles and over 300 bus routes. We will talk you through the nitty-gritty of every major mode and a couple fringe modes in this episode. We took every major mode of transit in a single day while traveling across every borough to reach the farthest compass points.
South,
West,
East, North.
Yes, we literally went to the southern tip of Staten Island, eastern Queens, and the tip of the Bronx all in one day. All it required was 12 hours, 2 friends, 10 modes of transit, $202 in transit costs, and over 100 miles. This episode is part of the How to Move to New York City series. My name is Eliza, and this is my friend Chris. We met in Gowanus, Brooklyn. You'll hear us stumbling through each mode and explain the glory of each stop. Chris had a hot date to get to in the evening, so we could not dilly-dally. And you'll have to wait until the end to see if Chris still wants to be my friend after the long day, because he thought my idea of going to the compass points was stupid, to say the least. Now let's talk about our route and stops at a high level. First, we left our apartments in Brooklyn and navigated to the southernmost point, a distance of about 26.5 miles. From there, we walked 1 mile to the westernmost point. Leg 3 was a whopping 41 miles over to the easternmost point. And lastly, leg 4 was 30 miles to the northernmost point. Then we traveled the 18.7 miles home. Okay, let's go. Leg 1, Brooklyn to southernmost point. For the first leg, we headed from Brooklyn to the lowest point of Staten Island. Staten Island is the borough of Parks, has the lowest population of all the boroughs, and is the most car-dependent of the 5. Since we are not stopping in Brooklyn again, I'll share that the borough is known for its life-altering bagels, raising the likes of Spike Lee and Jay-Z, among many others, and is the most populous borough of the 5, with 2.7 million residents. To get to Chris's apartment, I take my first ever e-bike, which, if you're afraid of, like I was, highly recommend trying them at 4 a.m. I rent a Citi Bike, which can be found throughout Manhattan and some of the other boroughs. This is how you use a Citi Bike. First, set up an account beforehand with the app on your phone to avoid having to squint at the kiosk. Check on the app where the bikes are parked at both your start and end points. Once you're at the carrel, look at the bikes and pick the one that looks like the best shape and has a seat at your desired level or can be easily adjusted. It's easier to do this when it's still in the carrel. The U-shaped lock handles are a bit easier to get force behind, I've found. Once you have selected your trusty steed and made any adjustments, scan the bike QR code with the app. And if you're new to e-bikes like I was, there will be a few safety reminders. Read them and navigate through. Then you should hear the bike unlock and see the bike screen light up. On the e-bike screen, you'll see the number of electric bike miles remaining. Bear this in mind so you don't get trapped schlepping a dead bike. Pull it with some force backward and get it out. Alright, now I'm ready to ride. I hop on in the darkness and start flying down 7th Avenue. Standard bikes can still be very heavy to pedal up hills, but the gear shifter near the handle is very helpful. Your first e-bike ride is speed capped, and even after that, you can't go faster than 15 miles per hour. I'm a bird, a free little dove in the dawn. Woohoo! Eliza brain thoughts. I find the closest dock to the apartment, which is on the corner. I push the bike into the empty carrel and wait for the green light and happy sound. It may take a couple tries or even a switch to a different carrel in some cases. After a sleepy reunion, I call a rideshare. Ding ding ding, mode number 2. I open my rideshare apps to cross-compare the prices and go with the cheaper option. He arrived in about 5 minutes and the ride was 35 minutes. So if you're new to rideshare, set up an account with a couple of the different providers. Once you have an account on your phone for a rideshare app, it's pretty easy to use them. Enter in the right address, request the ride, and then ride. You can rate and tip the driver at the end. No questions asked by our driver. He just dropped us shortly after the sun rose near a deserted playground, and we went on our way. It was very clear from the moment we stepped foot in Staten Island that we weren't in Kansas, Brooklyn, anymore.
Ooh.
When we immediately were greeted by an angry turkey.
Truly just a feathered, scary dinosaur. Let's do it. We've got our good luck golem, the turkey monster. He looked excited to be here.
Luckily, Chris and I are not city kids, so we are unfazed by the turkey. We walked just a few minutes down a beautiful trail, the sun still stretching up over the horizon.
Fresh air is kind of stinky.
There's no one to be seen. We arrive at the southernmost point.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Ta-da! The southernmost point of New York City.
It's a narrow beach with New Jersey in the distance. We hear birds chirping and not much else. We smell an occasional waft of stench.
But here it is. It's
It's
here.
peaceful.
It's here.
It's peaceful.
It's peaceful. It's 5:30 in the morning.
But
A
it's
bus
like
stop would have been peaceful.
First leg complete. Here are our stats. 2 modes, 26.5 miles, 1.5 hours, $110.57. 2 boroughs, Brooklyn and Staten Island, and still friends. Check.
I'm so proud of us.
You didn't think it was going to happen, did you? Well, that's the prettiest picture of Staten Island you could take right there.
Leg number 2. Southernmost point to westernmost point in Staten Island. For leg 2, we're walking 1 mile from the southernmost point to the westernmost point. This is our shortest leg and only requires 1 mode, walking, which Chris doesn't consider a real mode.
Is walking a form of transit?
I mean, I don't think it is. What counts as transit feels like it needs like something in addition to what you have, type of thing.
But, so this is all about how people in New York get around the city.
Right.
Arguably, walking is like the most popular
Well, yeah,
form.
okay, but if you're saying is walking a way to get around, yes. Is walking a type of transit? No.
Oh.
Because it's not part of the transit system.
You don't have to be part of the system, man.
This is a weird way to lose an argument.
We walk through some trails, past a building, along a shore, before arriving at the glorious westernmost point. Here's how you walk. Just kidding. The westernmost point was a little more exciting. There was a warning sign, a dead-end street, some very large, clean-looking houses, and New Jersey very close in the distance. Here are our stats for leg 2. 1 mode, or 0 if you're Chris, 31 minutes, 1 mile, $0, 1 borough, and still friends. Check. Leg 3. Westernmost point to easternmost point. Staten Island to eastern Queens. This is our longest leg at 41.2 miles. Our plan is to walk to the subway, take the entire line up to the ferry, take the ferry to Manhattan, take a subway to Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn, hop on the Long Island Railroad, ride some scooters, and a bus to get to the easternmost point in the city, which makes this leg also the most modally diverse. Wish us luck. We first head over to the Tottenville station, chilling waterside at a dead-end street.
We're getting to the end of the road. It says, "Welcome to Tottenville." Welcome to the end.
Again, not to keep stereotyping Staten Island, but that is, when I think of Staten Island, I think of a place that is like, welcome, also you should leave.
We walk in, and there are 0 minutes until departure, with the next one not for another half an hour.
I wonder when the next train is.
Oh, yeah. No. St. George, 0 minutes.
Oh, really?
We missed it.
Can we get it?
We run.
We missed it. Goodness. The next one's in 28 minutes. Oh.
And luckily, the operator waves us in and we make it inside.
We made it on the train.
Just do hang loose.
We were confused about the lack of tapping or payment required to board the train, but eventually we realized that since there's only one route, you tap upon exiting the station. Tapping your tappable credit card directly or tapping from your phone to enter a subway has become a common practice, with the paper cards set to phase out at the end of 2025. The cost to ride is $2.90 at the moment, but the MTA recently approved some price increases. The price for a train will go up to $3, up by 10 cents. To get your credit card into your wallet, you will need to enter the information into your phone and wallet app and then connect with your bank over the phone to verify your identity. The wallet should be built in already, at least on the iPhone, so you won't need to download a wallet from the App Store. Then, when you unlock your phone near a reader, your phone uses that information to pay. Some iPhones are set such that you need to squeeze the side button twice to pay after opening. It just depends on the software and settings on your phone. When you see the go screen and hear a click, you know that you can move through the gate. At St. George's Terminal, we wait for the ferry, just 6 or so minutes until departure. Once it's ready for us, a large door opens and we all walk on. The Staten Island Ferry is free, runs every half hour, day and night, and provides the best free view of the Statue of Liberty and Manhattan skyline you will find. It's used heavily by both tourists and New Yorkers alike. Just a side note, while New York City DOT, Department of Transit, manages the Staten Island Ferry, most of the ferry network is run by Citi Experiences. You can buy tickets through their app or at a ticketing station and check out their discounts for high school students and seniors. Transfers are covered in the original ticket. We won't be riding NYC Ferry today, so I wanted to share this note. Now back to our big orange ride. About 20 minutes later, we arrive in Manhattan at the ferry station. Within a few minutes, we descend back into a subway station at Whitehall and tap in to make our way east on the R train to Brooklyn. So far, it's been weirdly smooth overall in terms of wait times. We only have to wait 5 minutes for the train, and it takes 10 minutes to get to Atlantic.
Okay, from scale of 0 to 10, how much are you regretting this?
I think I'm still happily at a 0 so far. Yeah.
Once at Atlantic Terminal, we head from the subway platform to the Long Island Railroad platform. The Atlantic subway station is like an ant colony. After a year and a half of living a 10-minute walk away, I still never quite figured out which exits and entrances are optimal, and I always ended up on the opposite side I was going, but that's just me. Eventually, we find our way to the LIRR. New York City has a couple of regional trains. This one goes way out on Long Island. You should buy a ticket through the Train Time app ahead of your ride. Off-peak tickets are $5 and peak tickets are $7 within a given zone at the moment, but will go up by 25 cents next year. Use the app or this route planner online to see how much your specific journey will cost. And remember, there are programs for seniors, low-income riders, and youth to keep transit costs down. The system doesn't allow for screenshotted tickets, since the tickets adjust every few seconds, so have your phone handy when the conductor comes by. We ride 20 minutes to Jamaica Station in Queens. From Jamaica Station, there's a train to JFK Airport called the Air Train. There's also an air train that connects to the A subway train in Queens. Keep this in mind if you ever need to get between JFK and central New York City. But we exit the station and walk a few minutes to a bodega for our first meal of the day and prepare for our scooter journey. The city is piloting a scooter program with Lime, Vio, and Bird in designated areas in eastern Queens and East Bronx. Chris reads through the riding guide any first-time rider has to digest before riding. The scooters are supposed to be parked within these designated parking areas, which the app will show you. We strap on our GoPros, and after Chris finds his scooter is already reserved for another rider, he gets to another scooter. You see him use the app to scan the scooter's QR code here. This one is available. And we're off. This part of Queens feels similar to a lot of moderately dense areas in the country, mostly car-centric, not many designated bike lanes, and few people walking on the street. There are a lot of sidewalks, luckily. I felt fairly unprotected on the scooter and probably wouldn't use them if they were in my area of the city, unless it was late at night in an area with minimal traffic. I would describe myself as an anxious rider. Eventually, we arrive at our bus stop and find the designated area to leave our scooters. The ride was $9.25 for me, about 17 minutes, and about a mile and a half. Very useful for getting between modes in these less dense areas.
So something that's cool is that you can text the bus stop to the bus station text code and see when the next bus is coming. So that's what I'm going to do.
So here we are, expecting a 45-minute wait, but no, the bus comes in under 10 minutes. The universe really wants Chris to get to this date, showered and on time.
Queens, we're in Queens. Some say it's the best borough. I think it might be the most populous. It's definitely the most diverse place probably in the country.
Oakland, actually.
Oakland. We're going to have to fact check that.
No, we don't. Some of the best food in the city.
Yes, go to Queens Night Market.
It's like the place when you want to have a family in the city you come to, historically. And if you're not like Park Slope, mom rich.
Park Slope, mommy rich.
Not
Not us.
Also does have the Rockaways, which is cool.
Oh yeah. It didn't make sense in our journey to go to the beach down there, but it's very cool.
Should have. But I'm not bitter or angry about it at all.
We tapped our way onto the bus, which you can do at any system bus. You can pay with coins using exact change, but no paper money is accepted because they literally use a vacuum to collect money from the box, which would shred it.
All right, Chris, we're checking it. From 0 to 10. We're at this.
I'm going to say I'm at a 2 now.
Chris is also mad because they also don't think that scooters are a way that New Yorkers get around.
Yeah, I really don't. Unarguably, because you can only scooter in one like tiny sliver of Queens. Like we're gonna get there, and it's not gonna be a thing. Like no one's really gonna be scootering around. Everyone is scootering.
It's a utopia.
Everyone is scootering. We were the only people scootering.
We saw one man.
He had his own personal scooter. I don't think anyone looks cool riding a scooter.
Okay, so how would you propose the DOT make scootering cool?
Get rid of it, and we give everyone a bicycle.
About 30 minutes later, we arrive at our stop. Once we get off, we walk just a few minutes to the corner. We arrive at the easternmost point. As hard as it is to tell from the edge of the borough, Queens is known for having the most ethnic diversity in the country, amazing food, and is the second most populated borough after Brooklyn.
Here we are at the easternmost point of Queens. Some call it the best point of Queens. Home to other attractions such as the power grid system, a lovely 4-lane intersection.
Check it out. You can get here by bus or Uber, but you can't use your scooter. And don't forget, it's not just loop.
Stats for leg 3. 5 new modes, 4 hours, 18 minutes, 41.2 miles, $45.36, 4 boroughs, and still friends. Check. Leg 4, easternmost point to northernmost point. Now we head back toward Manhattan to make our way to the Bronx. We will hop back on the bus, take the F train to Roosevelt Island, hop on the tram to Manhattan, hail a taxi to Grand Central, then take the Metro North regional train to Riverdale Station, and then walk about a mile to the northernmost point of the city. Here we go. We head back on the same bus we were on before, just in the other direction. Again, we have the craziest luck, and it practically meets us at the stop.
You know, I just really feel like my spirit came out of me and then came back as a new, refreshed spirit as a result of traversing to the farthest most point of the borough.
I think mine just left.
So fun fact about the bus lines that the letter they start with is the borough that they are in.
Oh.
We ride the bus 25 minutes to the Kew Gardens subway station, then hop on the F train. We get off the train 18 minutes later at the Roosevelt Island station. Roosevelt Island is a little sliver of an island between Manhattan and Queens and is considered part of the Manhattan borough. We walk over to the tramway station. The tram was supposed to be a temporary fix while the subway lines were under construction in the 70s. The tram opened in 1976 and was a hit, to say the least. We tap onto the cable car just like any subway or bus. We arrive in Manhattan 10 minutes later. Of course, this is the borough that people think of most often when they think of New York City. It's considered the center of the city, and major business and entertainment happens here. Although plenty of that stuff happens in the other boroughs too. We decide to take a lunch break, but are back on our route by 1:15. The lunch spot was so bad, we're eager to carry forth with our day. We catch our first ever New York City taxi, a block down from the tram station.
Okay, call a cab. Oh my God, did you do it? Yeah. Wow, that was so much easier than we thought it was gonna be.
We Carrie Bradshaw'd it.
Yes,
we did it.
She'd be so proud of us.
She would give us an A+.
6 minutes later, we arrive, and I use my credit card to pay the $13.50. We get out at Grand Central Terminal. If you haven't been to this train terminal, highly recommend. It's historic and beautiful. We walk past the Whispering Wall and the Oyster Bar and grab a donut as we get ready to board the train, which leaves 28 minutes after our arrival. That will be our longest wait of the day, so not bad. We take the Metro North regional train to Riverdale Station, a ride of 28 minutes or 12.4 miles. We bumble around the station trying to find a way to walk along the water.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out the most accessible, walkable location from Riverdale because it seems to be question mark right now.
There's no way to exit the station on that side, so we're forced to walk up into the nearby neighborhood. It's lush and hilly, and we're starting to grow tired. We try to cut through a fence to college campus, but the security guard notices our wrinkly, decrepit, 30-year-old faces and asks us to leave because we are not students. We realize that there's no way to physically reach the northernmost point without a boat, so we walk up to the edge of the Bronx and set up a tripod on the sidewalk.
Welcome to the northernmost point.
This is our grand finale. Finish. We land on the side of the road with our day complete. Well, almost complete.
Oh.
Yeah, the corner along the water is the northernmost point. But so then we were trying to get through this beautiful campus.
Apparently we don't look like students. It's a little heartbreaking.
Which is really offensive, but we'll take it.
Hardest news of the day.
They got fire hydrants.
It's really all we can say for the northernmost point of the Bronx.
But we did it.
We did it. We've gone to all of them.
North.
North.
Woo! We did 10 modes of transit, maybe 9, depending on how you categorize them. We did it with plenty of time to spare. This is how you get around New York City.
The Bronx is known for being the birthplace of hip-hop, Yankee Stadium, Arthur Ab's Italian food, the Bronx Zoo, and the New York Botanical Garden. Like 4 stats. 2 new modes, 4 hours, 25 minutes, 30.4 miles, $40.90, 3 boroughs, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx, and still friends. Check.
Chris, last and final time You just finished. How much are you regretting?
Yeah, I don't think I regret it. I think I'm at a solid 0. We're good.
Oh, find a friend like Chris in your life.
We hop on a bus and ride an hour and 45 minutes back on the bus and 2 trains. Here are our final stats for the day. 10 modes of transit, 12 hours, 117 miles, $203 in transit costs, 5 boroughs, and still friends. Check. We hope you enjoyed following us around and learning about New York City Transit. And if you're wondering how Chris's date went, it went well and they're still going strong over 6 months later. Follow How to Move to NYC to learn about the housing market, making friends, and more in the Big Apple.